Every day, over 1 billion cups of instant coffee are consumed worldwide. That means every single second, thousands of people are stirring the same brown granules into hot water. It looks simple, it feels instant, but the system behind it is anything but. Because that tiny spoonful has already traveled across continents, passed through massive roasting drums, freezing chambers, and machines that never sleep. Today, we're stepping inside one of the most extreme food production processes on Earth. It starts quietly. In vast coffee-growing regions like Brazil and Vietnam, coffee plants bloom with delicate white flowers. They look almost like jasmine, but here's the twist. These flowers last only a few days. Then they fall. And over the next 6 to 9 months, something extraordinary begins to form. Small green cherries, slowly ripening, patiently waiting, and timing is everything. Harvest too early, the flavor turns sharp and bitter. Harvest too late, the sugars go unstable. Farmers wait until nearly 95% of the cherries glow deep red. Only then does the real work begin. Traditionally, coffee was picked by hand. Careful, slow, precise. But when the world demands 1 billion cups a day, hands alone are not enough. On large plantations, massive harvesting machines roll between rows of trees. As they pass, thousands of vibrating rods gently shake the branches. Not violently, just enough. The ripe cherries fall, the unripe ones stay. In just seconds, one tree is cleared. In hours, entire fields are harvested. What once took days now happens before sunset. And within 8 to 12 hours of being picked, those cherries must begin transformation, because coffee waits for no one. At the wet mill, the cherries are poured into large water tanks. This is the first quality test. Ripe cherries, heavy and dense, sink. Defective or unripe ones float. Nature itself performs the sorting. The good move forward, the rest are removed. Then, rotating drums press against the fruit. The outer skin separates. The pulp is stripped away, and what remains is the heart of it all, the bean, still covered in a sticky layer called mucilage. But this layer must go, and that's where controlled fermentation begins. The beans rest in water-filled fermentation tanks for 12 to 24 hours. No shortcuts. During this time, natural enzymes break down the sticky coating. But here's the danger. Too little fermentation. The flavor stays dull. Too much. The entire batch can develop sour notes. Farmers monitor it carefully. They test by touch. They test by feel. Because one small mistake at this stage can ruin thousands of cups months later. When ready, the beans are washed repeatedly. Clean, smooth, protected by a thin parchment layer. Now they must dry. Spread across wide drying beds, the beans rest under the sun. They are turned constantly, raked carefully. The goal: an exact moisture level of around 11%. Not 10, not 12. Precision matters. This drying process can take up to 2 weeks. Only when perfectly dried does the next stage begin. The parchment layer is removed in a hulling machine, and finally, the true green coffee bean is revealed. At this point, it looks nothing like the coffee you know, but its journey is far from over. Thousands of miles away, trucks arrive at advanced production facilities. And inside, robotic arms lift heavy bags with mechanical precision. No strain, no hesitation. Each bag passes through moisture scanners. If the humidity is wrong, rejected. Random probes take samples. Quality control begins before roasting even starts. Because when you're producing coffee at global scale, there is zero room for compromise. Before the beans ever touch a roasting drum, they face their toughest judges, professional coffee tasters, experts who can detect microscopic differences in aroma. They taste up to 100 samples a day, because even in a factory filled with robots, flavor still belongs to humans. Only approved beans move forward, and now the real transformation begins. The green beans enter massive rotating drums. Temperatures climb between 370 to over 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside, the beans spin constantly. Moisture evaporates, sugars caramelize, aroma develops. The color shifts from pale green to deep brown. This is where coffee becomes coffee. Lighter roasts preserve more caffeine. Darker roasts unlock bolder flavor. Time inside the drum can vary from 8 to 20 minutes. Seconds matter. When ready, the beans are cooled rapidly. Air blasts upward from below, stopping the roasting process instantly, locking in flavor. But for instant coffee, we're only halfway there. The roasted beans are ground into coarse particles, then brewed, industrial style. Using steam and pressure, a highly concentrated coffee extract is created. At this point, it's a thick, powerful liquid. And here, the journey splits into two very different paths. Path 1. Spray drying. For classic instant coffee, the liquid extract enters a towering spray dryer. High-pressure nozzles atomize the liquid into a fine mist. Simultaneously, scorching hot air rushes in. In seconds, the water evaporates. Tiny dry coffee particles fall to the bottom. Fine powder, fast, efficient. Mass production perfected. Path 2. Freeze drying. For premium varieties, the process becomes far more extreme. The coffee extract is cooled dramatically. It freezes into a solid sheet, then broken into granules. Next comes sublimation. Under low pressure and controlled heat, ice turns directly into vapor, skipping the liquid phase entirely. This preserves more aroma, more complexity, more character. It's slower, more expensive. But the result? Richer flavor locked inside every crystal. Now fully dried, the granules move toward packaging. Jars race along conveyor belts, filled in under a second, sealed airtight, capped, labeled. Some factories can produce over 250,000 jars a day, all synchronized, all automated, all precise. And then they ship across continents, to supermarkets, to offices, to homes, to you. What began as a fragile flower lasting only days, traveled through harvest machines, fermentation tanks, roasting drums, freezing halls, and robotic assembly lines, all to dissolve effortlessly in hot water. Tomorrow morning, when you stir that spoon in your cup, you won't just see coffee. You'll see the journey, the farmers, the fire, the freezing halls, the billion-cup machine behind a single sip. Music builds, because instant coffee is anything but simple, and now you know.